You are here because you hopefully would like to know about the Level 5 Diploma in Trauma-Informed Counselling for Early Years Children and Young People that KidsAid are launching this October rather. So we're here to tell you about all the fantastic and positive reasons why you should definitely be doing this course come October, and everything, how that's really going to change your life and everything that moves on from this moment. So this is a seminal moment in your life as you realize you want to take this course. Joining us will be myself and clinical lead and clinical supervisor, Carla.
Hello,
It's Carla.
everyone.
And we'll just be going through step by step who KidsAid are and what the course is all about. So we will also be talking about our therapeutic approach, the learning experience you'll have, placement opportunities that will come through taking this course, and then, of course, the course structures, fees, and entry requirements. If there's anything we've missed, you'll have an opportunity to ask some questions to us at the end. And there's also a few questions that were mailed in to us ahead of time that we will be answering. This session is being recorded. So if you are on the shy side or not appropriately attired, maybe you want to switch your camera off. A copy of this video will be sent to you afterwards, so you can recap on some of the things we say. Next slide, please. Okay, so our vision and mission is quite simple. We envisage a world where every child is impacted by trauma, has access to the time, resources, and care they need to thrive. And we do this by providing tailored therapies to create lasting, positive change for children, young people, and their families who are navigating mental health challenges and adverse life experiences. Next slide, please, Clover. And our approach to this, first of all, it is child-led. The children and the young people in the sessions guide their own sessions, how they want them to happen, through what format, exploring their emotions and experiences in ways that feel natural to them. All our sessions are bespoke in the way that there is not an automatic shut-off time to the therapy. It's not sort of 6 sessions and you're out. We believe in working with the young people for typically 20 to 30 weeks until they believe they are ready to move forward independently. The benefits of this are incredible, and it's something we stand by in our whole approach at KidsAid. But we also recognise the vital importance of the family, parents, the caregivers, and those around the child in supporting their mental health. So we really aim to strengthen the family bonds for that lasting impact. This happens by bringing parents and caregivers into the process, offering psychoeducation and therapy sessions, so that we're not just working with one child in isolation, but the tight community around them as well. Next slide, please. Our referral processes, again, something that is very important to us is a lack of waiting lists and prompt action. So anyone can make a referral online on our website. Once that happens, we go into triage and looking at how we can fund their place. We draw funding from right across the country and the community, many different sources to try and make it the therapy as accessible and available to everyone as possible. Then we move into the allocation and assessment of the young person to see exactly what level of trauma they're experiencing and exactly who would be, what level of a therapist would be best for that to lead that intervention. Typically, it's 6 weeks from the moment a referral is made to the beginning of therapy, which I believe is, quite prompt when you're looking at other alternatives out there. Next slide, please. The therapeutic space, vitally important in order to make the children feel safe, welcoming, and not overwhelming. A place for them to be able to explore their emotions. So a lot of the referral therapy that we do takes place at our centre, where we're based at the Doddridge Centre in the centre of Northampton, which is a good space to engage the young people consistently. We also do a significant amount of work in schools, both in Northamptonshire and Peterborough, and again, really focus on that space and the importance of it before the therapy even begins. Next slide, please. And now we've got an opportunity to meet the team. We felt it was be very useful for you to hear from the horse's mouth, as it were, about what it's like to be at KidsAid and the work that we undertake. So hand over to a short video from our clinical supervisor and therapist with KidsAid, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Georgia and I currently work as a therapist and clinical supervisor at KidsAid. My journey with KidsAid actually began as a student therapist on placement. Through my placement experience, I was able to develop my skills, confidence, and understanding of therapeutic work with children and young people. Since then, I have progressed to becoming a qualified therapist and now also provide clinical supervision, supporting other students in their professional development. My CPCAB training has provided a strong foundation for my clinical supervision practice. One of the things I value most is the balance between the theory and the practical application, allowing me to apply what I learn directly to my work with supervisees. Being able to study while working with therapists helped bring the learning to life. I was able to reflect on real experiences, deepen my understanding of and continually develop my skills and confidence as a practitioner. Beyond gaining knowledge, I've developed greater confidence in my clinical work, strengthened my ability to reflect on my practice, and built valuable connections with other professionals who share similar interests and experiences to me. Working with children and young people is incredibly rewarding. Every client is unique, and being able to support them through challenges, build trust, and help them develop resilience is hugely meaningful. I particularly enjoy seeing the progress children and young people make over time. Even small changes can have significant impacts on their well-being, confidence, and relationships in the future. Trauma-informed practice helps us to understand the experiences that may sit behind the behaviour and the emotional difficulties. It encourages us to work with empathy, curiosity, and understanding, which is particularly important when supporting children and young people. The student therapists who tend to thrive are those who are open to learning, willing to reflect on their practice, and those who are committed to their own personal and professional development. Specialist training allows therapists to deepen their knowledge and gain a greater understanding of specific client groups and approaches. This often leads to increased confidence, stronger clinical decision making, and a greater ability to meet the client's needs. If you are passionate about supporting children and young people and you're looking to develop specialist skills in trauma-informed practice, I would encourage you to explore the opportunity. Continuing your training can be a valuable investment in both your professional growth and the support you provide to your clients. My own journey from a student therapist on placement to being a qualified therapist and clinical supervisor has shown me the value of continuing professional development. Training doesn't stop once you qualify, and specialist learning can make a real difference to your confidence, skills, and therapeutic practice. Hi.
Oh, I was looking forward to hearing from her all over again. That was Georgia. So, as you can see, a really great example of the journey that you may find yourself taking with us at KidsAid, starting with this course. So I'm going to pass on now briefly to, well, not briefly, but for quite a while, to Carla, who's going to get into the detail of the course and exactly what you might expect. And do remember to think about any questions that you want to hit us with afterwards. Over to you, Carla.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, everyone. So about our course. So this course offers a chance to develop knowledge and skills when working within trauma-informed approach with early years, children and young people. It says 0 to 18. We will be doing attachment work. So you will learn about the attachment from 0 onwards, but you will be working with or be able to work with from the age 3 to 18. The course will provide you with a level 5 counselling qualification, which has been developed through and is accredited by the Counselling and Psychotherapy Central Award Body, which is the CPCAB for short. This is a bespoke course which offers unique training specifically with the unique focus on the early years and developing specific skills related to working within a trauma focused framework. So KidsAid we have created the course bespokely using trauma and early years with the combination of what we feel that therapists should learn and thrive with. So that's why we've this is a specific course that's been catered and made by us. Okay, Clover? So our aims and objective on our course. So the course aims to provide counsellors with specialised and extended knowledge about working with age 3 to 18 using a trauma-informed approach. So to provide an in-depth training and knowledge about the theory and the research around trauma, work and children, to support counsellors in reflecting on personal experiences which might impact work with ages 3 to 18 and improve their practice. So our objectives are counsellors will be able to work with ages 3 to 18 confidently using a trauma-informed approach. Counsellors will be able to apply use of creative methods to counselling children and young people. Counsellors will be able to work ethically with children and young people, and counsellors will be able to use reflectivity throughout their practice with children and young people to improve their work. Thanks, Clover. So our main subjects. Our main subjects are working with trauma, trauma and development, therapeutic relationships, therapeutic modalities and trauma, and mental health in the eyes of a children, young people. So our trauma recovery model is Herman's model is a framework for understanding trauma recovery and how to work with trauma. So during the course, we will introduce this model and in detail and use this framework to structure learning, skills and practice. So using multiple evidence-based approaches which will be applied to this framework. So this framework informs that the theoretical underpinnings of the course and the development of being children and young people counsellors. So the placement opportunities. So KidsAid offer an in-house placement, giving students the chance to work with children and young people and families in supportive trauma-informed environment. So the benefit includes free in-house one-to-one and group supervision, covered expenses for therapy materials, a supportive disciplinary team, direct therapeutic experience with children, young people, and an opportunity to use level 4 skills in a child-led way. Here we're gonna hear from our placement manager, Natasha, who will tell you a little bit what to expect as students being on placement with KidsAid.
Hello, my name is Natasha and I am the placement manager of KidsAid. My role is to support students to have the best possible placement experience, which includes matching them with appropriate clients and giving guidance throughout their placement as they develop their therapeutic practice. At KidsAid, students have the opportunities to work in a trauma-informed organisation, supporting children, young people, and sometimes adults as well. Depending on your placement and experience level, students work with children and young people with a range of emotional, behavioural, and trauma needs. We have the opportunities to work in school settings as well as in our therapy room, which is in Northampton Town Centre. So we offer a range of opportunities for people to develop their therapeutic practice. Our placements are designed to help students to develop their confidence, develop practical therapeutic skills and real-world experience of working as a therapeutic practitioner. At KidsAid, we want students to feel supported from the moment they join us. So as part of the induction and onboarding process, we talk through everything that you might ever want to know about being on placement. So that's all our policies, procedures, what to do if something goes wrong, and basically any question you might possibly have about what the placement might hold. Throughout the placement, I'm the main contact for any questions or concerns that you have, and I support you in navigating conversations with caregivers and schools and offer guidance and support whenever needed. And of course, we have the wider team as well. So we have our clinical team, our supervision team, who are always available to support as and when needed. The main benefits of having a placement with KidsAid is that we offer the range of experiences that you might want to learn or develop as part of your training. So that's in-school therapy and also therapy room-based therapy as well. We're also trauma-informed, so the children and young people that we support can come with a wide range of needs. We don't define what trauma may be, so we work with so many different children with so many different presenting needs. As part of placement, we also offer free clinical supervision, which is either in group or on an individual one-to-one basis. Supervision offers the opportunities to learn from qualified therapists and offer practical experience and advice to build your confidence and competency as a therapist. If you are considering this course and you're passionate about supporting children and young people, this course is a really good opportunity to develop trauma-informed practice, skills and knowledge. This training will allow you to develop the practical experience with the specialist support that's supporting children and young people who have experienced trauma and adversity. At KidsAid, we are committed to supporting practitioners to develop their learning and their skills to become the best possible therapists they can be. Our team is friendly and supportive, and we are really passionate about what we do, and we hope that comes across to all the students that we work with. I hope this gives you a better understanding of what placement opportunities with KidsAid might look like. We look forward to welcoming you onto your journey and supporting you through your professional development. Thank you. Hello.
Oh. So the price and duration of our course. So the course is scheduled to start in October 2006, and the course is scheduled to end July 2027. Did I say 26 then or 6? Not sure.
6. Yeah, it's
6.
It's not a 21-year course.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's 2026 to 2027, just 1 year. And the cost of our course is 2,800, and a deposit is required for £500. And the deadline for this deposit, not the full range, is not the full amount, is the 28th of August. Ooh, we've gone backwards. So the essential criteria for our course is minimal age of 18. You must have a recognised level 4 counselling qualification or the equivalent. So the equivalent, you can email us afterwards and I can go through the equivalent. It's can be based on experience and other counselling or psychotherapy courses that I have a little list that we can go through. So please email after and I can go through that with you. The evidence of 100-hour placement from previous courses, personal therapy hours, your supervision hours, and your previous or current supervisor. Your membership of a UK registered counselling and psychotherapy. Everyone. Sorry, I have dogs. If you can hear the barking, my apologies. So able to provide 2 references, access to a laptop or computer with a webcam and microphone for online sessions, and able to travel to Northampton for your in-person sessions. So we've got some questions that you asked and we're answering. So accreditation recognition for the BACP. So our level 5 programme is a CPCAB recognised specialist qualification designed to develop the knowledge, skills and competencies required to work therapeutically with children and young people. So the qualification was developed in response to the competency framework recognised by both the BACP and the NCPS for children and young people practice. So we recommend that all students check their current requirements for their own professional membership body if this stands outside of the BACP and the NCPS, as expectations can vary between organisations and may change over time. Okay, do you offer a payment plan? So yes, we offer a flexible payment plan to help spread the costs over the course and make training more accessible. Details can be discussed during the application process. Okay, so assuming if we invite our inner child to some sessions, if that part doesn't want to be seen in the moment, would there be support? This support could then also be transferred into client work when they do not want to be seen, usually due feeling unsafe in general. So absolutely, we work from a trauma-informed perspective and respect each learner's pace, boundaries and the readiness. So protective parts often develop for important reasons. So resistance is viewed with curiosity. There's plenty of support involved. How to avoid re-traumatization. So emotional safety is central to our training. We focus on choice, autonomy, grounding, stabilization, reflection, and working with each learner's window of tolerance. So students are never required to disclose personal experiences in detail. So in addition to tutor support, learners have access to our dedicated course coordinator and guidance for our in-house supervisors. So we also strongly encourage students to engage in their personal therapy alongside to support their well-being and professional development. Okay, so question 6. What if you live out of the area but are still interested in the course? So we welcome students from across the UK. If you live outside the local area, our course coordinator can support you in identifying suitable placement opportunities closer to where you live. Students can still access our specialised Kids Aid supervisors at no additional cost and ensuring they receive the same high level of support throughout their training. We are happy to discuss your individual circumstances and help make the course accessible wherever you are based. So why choose our specialist level 5 children and young people qualification? So working therapeutically with children and young people requires specialist knowledge beyond core counselling training. So this course develops competence in children development, attachment, trauma-informed practice, safeguarding, creative and play-based approaches. So adapting therapy to different development stages. The aim is to help practitioners work safely, ethically and effectively with children and young people in a range of settings. Okay, further training opportunities. So after completing the CPCAB level 5 diploma, you may choose to progress into further specialist training in areas such as trauma, attachment and counselling with children and young people. Other progression opportunities include postgraduate study, play therapy, therapeutic play practitioner qualifications, and a range of CPD courses to further development your skills and expertise if you choose to. Okay, so we're here to answer any questions you may have about our course, placements, or the application process. So please use the chat or raise your hand to ask a question. I'll do my best. Does anyone have any questions? No? Yes, Jenny.
Hello.
Hello.
It was just a quick one about, and you might not have the answer, and that's fine too, but safeguarding sort of procedures whilst you're on placement. So
Yes.
if we were going into a school, do you have like a specific procedure that we would follow?
Yes, so we follow. So basically, we follow the procedure at the school whilst you're in school, and then we also have within Kids Aid we have My Concern to report the safeguarding issues on, and myself and the placement manager are the safeguarding officers. So I'm the safeguarding lead and the placement manager is safeguarding officer. So we're on hand for any safeguarding questions, as well as, you know, even if it's niggling doubts or you're not 100% sure, because within training we all know double check, if in doubt double check. So we can talk you through that. There's also a safeguarding module. So there's a lesson on safeguarding within the course with children, because of course if you've never worked with children or you've done an adult course, explaining confidentiality is going to be slightly different to when you've worked with the adults. So that is also covered in the course.
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank you. I think a question just came up in the chat, did it?
Yes, they were asking how often are the in-person placements in Northampton?
Okay, so do you mean placements? Do you mean placement with our clients? Oh, training. Sorry, training. How often are the in-person training throughout the year? Brilliant question. So it's once a month from October to July, and your Saturdays are in person and your Sundays are online. There's a cap of attendance, so there are opportunities that well, you need to get a certain percent in person to attend in-person attendance and online attendance, but this can be discussed with myself or the course coordinator along the way. So again, we're as accessible and adaptive as we possibly can. The main thing is any presentations that occur, and the reflective work that you'll be working with groups. They're the main attendance that we expect, because you get assessed on them. Okay, I've got the chat up now. So I've discussed the placement with you in the area I live. The work will be periodically around childhood. Would it be ethical to organise a second placement to support with common mental health challenges? Yes. So as long as you have the capacity on your side, and you have enough support supervision wise, so you would make sure that you work out the supervision time to your client hours, you can have more than one placement. So it's just time management for yourself in order to complete your hours and to complete your work. So that's kind of, we leave that up to you. Any more questions?
Perhaps it's worth just saying at this point, for all of those who are watching this on playback, so not here with us live, if you have any questions, please feel free to email them to us, and we'll get right back to you with a response. And also, if any of you would just like to discuss and are thinking about this and just would like to have a chat with anyone, we're very open and welcome to having that chat, and understand that everyone's personal circumstances and situations and place where you're at right now are different. And so we're looking to accommodate that, to make it as possible as it can be for you to take on the course, if that's what you wish to do. You can see on screen we've got our contact details there. So any direct questions, or if you'd like to have a chat, contact us at trainingacademy, all one word, at kidsaid.org.uk. And of course, there's more information on our website, which is kidsaid.org.uk. And you can catch up with what we're doing in real life on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, if social media is your thing.
Thanks, Jenny. So are the dates of the training available? So we're aiming for the first weekend of October. This may be postponed, but we've not double checked the we're aiming for this date. So it's not set in stone yet, but that's what we're looking for. And we'll also, our face-to-face will be at the Dodgeridge Centre. So that's where we have our therapy room. That's where the sessions will be held with our tutors face-to-face. Trying to have a little think of any other questions that might come up in my own head. Okay, any other questions for us today?
I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you for those who've turned out in person to hear us talk about this great course. And for those watching online, thank you for watching. And like I say, please, if you have any interests in taking this course, do get in touch, and we'd love to have a conversation with you about it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Take care.
I see Anita is just typing. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anita. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.